Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you, Curtis, for signing the guest book, for the lurk mode, and for the hydration. Man. Let me have some water then. Yeah. Hello, my brother. How was your day? Well, I'd say it was a very relaxing day. Yes. And I didn't do much. I guess the noteworthy thing of the day is that I was able to defeat a very tough boss in Pirate Yakuza. That's the noteworthy thing of the day. What are we eating? Huh? Who's eating? Huh? I just had water. Who's eating? Are you eating? Ah, why? Which one of us is eating? I don't know. What the hell? Let's see. So, yesterday we left off at the start of Used. And then sounded like you were scraping your fork on a table. Oh, now I see. No, it's like I have one of those. What's it called? One of those metal bottles to keep water. So like they keep like the temperature the same throughout the day. So yeah, the thing is a bit creaky, slightly. I read all this stuff yesterday. It's nice AC, yes. But what did you had for dinner, Corpus? Wait, no. Yes. What did you had for dinner? Let's see. In the meantime, we are traveling to Eterna. It takes a whole month to reach Eterna. You and Thomas spend the days wagging your chins and staring at the scenery as your carriage makes its way along the road towards the next province. Soon it crosses from the familiar, barren, arid lands of Magra to the stately mountains of Illyria. I'm on work and I'm going home soon. I'm just really hungry, I haven't eaten all day. Oh, I see. Then I wish you like a very yummy dinner when you get back home. Yes. Yes. During one of your many stays at a roadside inn, the two of you even managed to share a whole bottle of strong wine and keep it a secret from the servant who drives the carriage. I'm gonna make some really nice garlic pasta. Huh. Okay, sounds interesting. Garlic pasta. Oh, getting cold. Be right back. Don't worry. I'll be right here. Adult life feels positively intoxicating. Maybe. Soon, I tell you. Soon we'll be there. And I'll earn my sword as soon as I get accepted into the military academy. You'll see. And then nobody's gonna walk all over me like I'm some commoner. I hope so. You keep rehearsing everything they taught you in school. Soon you are almost at the end of your long journey. You have left behind the arid rocks of Magra, the mountains of Illyria, and the flooded meadows of Arknia. Eterna, the capital, is right ahead. Oh boy, Cloud! Maybe I should just that. Just in case. Situated at a junction between the Reglata and Talrena rivers, the city is vast. 3 majestic stone bridges keep its 3 shores interconnected. Smooth stone paves the main city streets. Gilded moldings decorate the buildings. Towering pillars reach high into the sky. Your carriage takes you past a spacious park with marble fountains and intricately trimmed bushes. Aha! On the streets, you see ornately decorated carriages bearing Archnian coats of arms and abundant merchants' tents filling the streets with beckoning cries and unusual sights. The spires of ancient temples dot the city skyline. Oh boy. We arrived in Eterna, yippee! The carriage comes to a halt on a large city square with a towering marble fountain. The coachman says you have arrived. Thomas is to apply to the military academy. The academy barracks are 2 streets away. Your lodging house is in the alleyway nearby. A room has already been reserved for you. Oh, I see. You get out onto the street and say brief goodbyes to each other. Promise to meet again after the entrance exams. Then your friend disappears into the crowded streets of the capital. Oh boy. Still feels a bit loud. Slightly. You are left to your own devices in this vast city. A group of nobles walk past. They are dressed in well-fitting clothing, decorated with gems and golden thread. You are not even noticed. Street urchins chase a dog down the alleyway. Soldiers of the Imperial Legion are marching to pipes and drums towards the barracks. Humble pilgrims are gathering to the great temple of the twins. There are the sounds of music and fountains, and the smell of baked bread and garbage drains. Must be pretty overwhelming. You quickly check in at the lodging house, then go back outside. The sun is setting. The street lights come to life. Merry music fills the taverns. Couples and noble coaches with tinted windows fill the streets. Shadows and hushed voices and laughter fill the parks. No, parks, not sparks. You are all alone with this city, so vast and unfamiliar. You take a look around, determined to fill your first night in the capital with memories. Let's hope they are good memories. Let's see. You see young nobles gathered by the fountain, talking and making jokes excitedly. One of them keeps glancing at the clock tower. They are about your age. Their clothes are hand-tailored, and 2 of them bear noble swords. They seem to be waiting for something. It might be a good idea to make their acquaintance. It would be most helpful to develop a familiarity with the influential nobles of the capital. I mean, true. Wait, this still feels loud for some reason. Loud music from a large establishment on the corner distracts you for a moment. Servants have just opened the shutters to air out the hall. Seems there will be a gathering inside. People from various estates greet each other as they take their seats. Servant by the door of the establishment hails you. Sir Gerd Harkright will be making a speech about the rights of the common estate. If you wish to listen, you'd better get inside quickly. Okay. Go boy. Then look at the great temple of the twins at the far end of the street. The pillar shines in the evening dusk above it. Temple gates are open, and worshippers are flocking inside. There are too many people for an ordinary service. This must be something important. What do they preach here in the capital? What do they say of the new faith and the teaching of Patriarch Fotis? Oh boy, what are we going to do in our first night? You snap out of your reverie when you hear loud laughter. A group of young men dressed in the colors of the Imperial College have made the acquaintance of several lovely girls. They are making their way down the road, united by merriment. One of the girls smiles at you. It is an invitation to join them. They turn the corner and walk away, but you can still hear their voices ringing and echoing through the street. A night of revelry and jolly. Loud fun doesn't sound half bad. This is your first night in Eterna. No matter what you choose, you will remember it for a long time to come. Let's see. So we can meet with some nobles, some young nobles. We can go listen to the Arkwright's speech. Visit the temple, or just run after the students. Let's see. Maybe I think diplomacy and manipulation would be the better to get. Plus, it would make sense for me to try and get to know some of the nobles of the city. It might be helpful, so fine. Let's go talk to them. You approach the young nobles and introduce yourself tactfully. Your father, a judge, sent you here to study, you explain. Would they mind showing you around the capital? The nobles eye you uncertainly and whisper to each other. You prepare to face their rejection, but to your surprise, they agree. When the clock tower strikes 8, your new acquaintances proceed to a rich house not too far away. Candlelight fills the halls before you, reflected in abundant mirrors and gilded picture frames. And servants bring drinks and refreshments to every guest. Oh boy, we're at some kind of noble party, it seems. There are the sounds of music and laughter and small talk. Here and there you see couples dancing to the music. It appears you have made it to a small noble party. Seems like it. The nobles are gathered in groups. You take the time to get introduced to each of them and join in their small talk. Some discuss their studies at the college, while others relay fresh gossip. Have you heard that a Milanida's carriage was seen in the city the other day? You mention how you once encountered Octavia Milanida's daughter and heiress, the Archduke of Magra, at a square in Anisot. These words draw a small crowd. mean, yeah, makes sense. The Milanidas dynasty rarely, if ever, visits Eterna. They say it is the only house that can stand its ground against the Imperial Tempest dynasty. One young man even allows himself a little joke. They say the great Arachnian houses turn to a Milanidas only when a Tempest needs to be refused. After all, only the Milanidas dynasty still knows how to say no. I see. But there is more. It turns out all humans owe the Milanidas dynasty for their foray into nobility. Char Milanidas was the Arachnian who opened the first college, and its graduates were the first to be ennobled by the mantle. Oh, okay. So he was a good guy? To feed and nourish their barren land, the Dukes of Magra took to industry and began adopting innovative industrial and social practices. The dynasty's motto is remembrance and majesty, but strife and change would suit them better. Then the nobles start discussing the other great Arachnian dynasties. The Tempest dynasty is the first of the firsts, naturally, marked by the twins, anointed to rule. All Tempests are known for their sincerity, often bordering on a volatile temper. Yet, it is this very passion that has led them throughout history. The Tempests have been chosen by the gods to rule the Empire. I mean, have they? I don't know. How did that happen? The Diamond Dynasty are the main supporters of the Emperor's family, honor personified. Diamonds presided the Arachnian courts of honor that remain throughout the Empire, in spite of the public taboo. These courts hold more sway over the laws and lives of the nobility than imperial edicts or prefectural authorities. Some mention Patriarch Junius Diamond, the black sheep of his own dynasty. He preaches the new faith that rejects the lot and stirs the minds of the common folk. See? The Orgriff dynasty is another noble bloodline favored by the Emperor. They zealously advocate twins' faith and see the Empire as the union between heaven and earth. Every year, the Orgriffs donate enough funds to build new temples across the Empire. The Monrogue dynasty is an ancient and controversial name. The Monrogues often speak in favor of removing humans from nobility, restoring nobility as a solely Arachnian privilege, and returning all human-manned offices in the Empire to the Arachnians. Many gossipers accuse the Monrogues of plotting against the rule of the Tempests to bring back the old Arachnian Republic and the joint rule of the great Arachnian dynasties, as it existed long before the emperors first came to be. Okay, so they're kind of a rival to everyone else. The discussion of courtly affairs and noble dynasties soon gives way to cultured entertainment. Expensive wine flows like water. You, too, ask a couple noble ladies to dance and show your skill. You return to your lodging room in the small hours of the night, with just enough strength left to undress before your aching head and feet make you collapse. For the first time in your life, you have mingled with a noble crowd on your own, without your family's aid. Well, that's not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Okay, let me have another sip of water. Luke's sermon. You have spent the last 3 days studying books, but today you decide to take a walk through the streets of Eterna. They are full of life as usual. You proceed to the square next to the lodging house. A procession of priests walk through the square. You notice that one of them holds a banner of the new faith, an open book. This is the same banner that was behind Patriarch Fotis on the day of his assassination. Oh boy. A crowd immediately gathers around them. Many people are looking at an icon painting on a small pedestal depicting a gray-haired man with glowing green eyes. You recognize that face. The face of the late Patriarch Fotis. Oh, I see. A man with a thick beard appears by the icon painting. His broad shoulders bear a white and gold cloak with the coat of arms of the capital province embroidered on it. He is Luke, Patriarch of Archnia. He casts his stern gaze over the crowd. I speak to all who live within the sight of the shining pillar. Exactly 1 year ago, we lost Fotis, Patriarch of the Magra province, mentor of the new faith. Patriarch Fotis was the first to see the books of his Atius for nothing but the words of a man, not the words of the twins themselves. He was the first to tell people to seek the path to the gods in their own hearts instead of blindly following the lots, to seek answer in the lives of the twins and their own hearts rather than the words of priests. Through Patriarch Fotis, we were able to see the truth. Through his death, we saw that his words are not heresy. They are the truth that used to be obscured by his Atius' lies. And now, I bring good news. Patriarch Junius Diamond has seen to it that our teacher will be canonized as saint. Ah, interesting. Yes, Junius Diamond, an Archnian from a great dynasty, the Patriarch of Ostinia, has joined the new faith himself. And through this, we hope that the entire empire will soon see that our doctrine is the truth. We are free from the shackles of the lots. We are equal before the twins. With each day, more and more people hearken to the truth. And one day, the entire empire will hear our call. So let us pray, my brothers. The believers around you bow their heads in prayer and thank the twins, not for the lot they were given, as they usually would, but for the chance to choose their own path. The Patriarch's sermon is inspiring. It compels your hands to meet in a sign of prayer. It compels your lips to repeat the words of the new faith. Patriarch Luke's sermon forms a cadence, and your heart beats in time with it now. You recall the murder of Patriarch Fotis a year ago. It seems more patriarchs share his doctrine now. The news of Junius Diamond joining the new faith is stunning. If an Archnian from a great dynasty has sided with Fotis' doctrine and agreed to see everyone as equals under the twins, the new faith must truly be putting down roots. Well, let's hope there aren't any people that want to oppose this. Uh-oh. But suddenly, several figures appear by the podium. Figures clad in black, with glinting silver on their sides. Inquisitors. They push through the crowd and form a circle around Patriarch Luke. One of these priests rises before the crowd. He is clean-shaved, tall, with chiseled features. Everyone falls silent at the sight of him. The Inquisitor speaks with a booming voice that can be heard by all. I am Father Ulrich. In the name of the twins and by my right as an Inquisitor, I order you to turn around and leave. The words you're hearing are full of lies. Patriarch Luke has set out to poison your hearts and minds, and the Inquisition will not allow this heresy to spread. The only true path in life is the will of the twins. Life offers us no other choice. You are hereby ordered to disperse at once. Oh boy. Most people leave the square immediately. Few want to get involved with the Inquisition. Some people stay, however, and some even shout angrily, "We want to listen to Luke. He is the Patriarch of Archnia, and he has more to say. Get away from our sermon, old believers. We will not listen to you and your hoary old lies about lots." Inquisitors, bring those who may yet listen back to their lots, and leave the others to the champions of faith. The black-clad Inquisitors descend from the podium and approach the people who chose to stay. With nothing but their words, they make people stop shouting and start listening. The uproar ceases quickly. They have dissected the crowd, split it in smaller groups that surround each Inquisitor. One of these Inquisitors chooses to approach you. Oh boy. He is a humble-looking man of age with a rough haircut. He looks you straight in the eye as his lively, soulful voice forces you to listen to his words despite yourself. My name is Father Jeremiah. I know your thoughts were stirred by the Patriarch's words. You're not sure whom to trust. But I teach at the seminary. I have been studying the teachings of the twins my entire life. You can trust me. I know you can hear what I have to say. I see their light in your eyes, the light of the true faith. Will you listen to my counsel, my son? You see no malice in the words of Inquisitor Jeremiah, only hope. It is his lot to aid you, to guide you away from error, and set you on the path of the true faith. He is a priest, so you should know the truth. But perhaps the Inquisitor himself is in the wrong. I mean, we could debate with him just to get our eloquence up. I mean, why not? I challenge him to a debate. You start debating the Inquisitor, mastering all your knowledge and awareness of the new faith. The laws are an error introduced by Hisatius. They are incorrect, obsolete, and contrary to the way of life in the modern empire. Please hear me out, my son. In these difficult times, people of your estate are the ones most tormented by doubt. Your lot is suffering, but not all of you are ready to suffer. Some turn to guile and cunning to avoid it. They end up in eternity's embrace at the foot of the pillar. Please understand, your lot requires humility. Suffering is inevitable, and so is doubt. Each of them may temper your soul, yet each may also destroy it. But know this, if you have doubts, you are always welcome at the temple. No priest will turn you away in a moment of weakness. This is why we exist. Fortify faith in the heart of all people to bring the words of the twins to those who have gone astray. Know this. The Inquisition does not imprison everyone suspect of heresy. We exist to protect souls, to guide and save them. We pursue dangerous doctrines and seek to rescue every soul we meet. Arrest or execution is our last resort, reserved only for sinners beyond redemption. You can see that I am merely speaking to you right now. I have not resorted to force, nor am I giving you any orders. Do not resist this, but rather consider the following. Did the patriarch speak the truth? I mean, probably. You answered that Luke's sermon was far more convincing than that Father Jeremiah's words. Everyone blindly heeds the writings of Hisatius, who is but one man who decided that he had the right to define the lives of generations to come. But people have the right to free will, you say. They have the right to choose their destiny and bear the burden of their choice. Father Jeremiah sighs in response. It saddens me to see that you have been led astray so easily. Yet, you are young. You should seek to learn the truth on your own. If you truly believe you can interpret the will of the gods, perhaps you should become a priest yourself. Nah. If you come to the divine seminary and prove you deserve the lot of the clergy, you will be accepted. I teach there, and I am always happy to see students of considerable talent, even if they have been led astray. But for now, you should leave this place. You will learn nothing by facing the champions of fate. With this, Father Jeremiah leaves you and proceeds further. You leave the square freely, your dignity preserved. The remaining people in the square continue arguing with the other inquisitors. Armed champions of fate stand nearby, but they do not intervene. Luke and his retinue can no longer be seen. These damn priests! You walk back to the lodging house, mulling over Father Jeremiah's words about the seminary. Your family sent you to earn a noble title, but you have an opportunity to become a priest of the old faith or the new. If you see your destiny in service to the gods, no one has the right to stand in your way. I guess. Maybe. Oh. Year 1134. Fall. The advance of the new faith. Patriarch Luke's sermons have converted many commoners and nobles of the mantle to new faith. There are now several temples in Eterna that follow the new canons with Luke's blessing. This has led to no small amount of anger among the followers of the old faith. Two mighty bishops of the church lead the new faith. One of them is Luke, the Patriarch of Archnia himself, spiritual mentor of the capital province. He preaches all across Archnia, his every sermon adding to the new faith's flock. The other leader of the new faith is Patriarch Junius Diamond. Hailing from a great Archnian dynasty, he is the de facto ruler of Astynia province. Adored by his subjects, he has founded the Holy Order anew. Junius Diamond rarely preaches, but people believe that Astynian Patriarch attends to the needs of all who convert to the new faith. This schism within the church is growing. The split has furthered the divide between the commoners and the nobles, though thankfully there has been no direct conflict as of yet. But it has become clear that there is no way to stop the steady advance of the new faith. Born from the death of Patriarch Fotis, it grows stronger by the day. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel like chaos is about to ensue pretty soon. The city that never sleeps. The next few weeks pass by in hard work and preparation for the coming entrance exam at the Imperial College. You grow more and more exhausted with each passing day, so much so that one night you fall asleep while studying another book. When you finally come to, you decide it is high time to get some recreation outside. The city of Eterna amazes you as you stroll through its splendid streets. It is another night, a different night, yet the city is beautiful still. The shining pillar is a slice of light against the dark night sky. Lamps on the facades on the buildings are lit. Night descends on the capital. You don't feel like going back to your books tonight. I guess it makes sense. I've been studying for like 3 days straight. Recently, you made the acquaintance of several young men. They are children of nobles of the mantle, just like you, sent to the capital to earn their noble titles at the college. Decide to seek them out. Your new friends are having a late dinner on the next street over, loudly discussing their plans for the night. Some speak eagerly of a dueling club where you can see the most skilled and hardened duelers in the Empire doing what they do best. You have never seen professional duelers fight. It must be far more exciting than Father's fencing lessons or that fight in the ruins of Anisot. And if luck favors you, perhaps you can even make useful contacts among the noble families in the capital. Maybe. The others try to convince the rest to take a trip to a certain secret salon. The establishment is expecting a guest tonight, they say. A young lady who speaks about the true state of affairs in the Empire. There are many questions about the nature of the place and identity of the mysterious speaker, but the young men have only one answer. They are forbidden to speak about this outside the club. However, they can take you there as long as you aren't afraid to learn a dangerous truth. A boy. There are others still, drinking their fill of wine rather than eating. Fencing, they say? Beaches? Nonsense! The place you ought to go tonight, they claim, is the Markian Society, a gathering for those of common estate but uncommon opinions that offers pleasures for everyone. Pleasures of the palate, pleasures of the drink, pleasures of the flesh. Is this not heresy and a crime? Perhaps. And yet, some of your newfound friends are eager to go there. Oh boy. In the end, your group splits in three to spend the night as they see fit. What will it be? A contest featuring the best fencers in the Eterna? An establishment both mysterious and dangerous? Or an encounter with people who defy their lot with audacity? You weigh your options. Valor, scheming, and theology. Valor or scheming? doing? That's a good question. Let's see. Maybe. Let's go listen to the dangerous speech from the mysterious lady. The secret salon is an unremarkable wooden building down an alleyway a few blocks from the great temple of the twins. A couple of tough, taciturn fellows at the door eye you suspiciously. Their faces are obscured by hoods. One of your newfound friends nods them, and you are allowed inside. Oh boy. The inner rooms are stuffy and overcrowded. All the partitions have been removed to make room for more people. There is a raised platform next to one of the walls, perhaps a stage. There are benches all around. They are occupied by people of the common estate, most of them modestly dressed. They are artisans, thinkers, street vendors, students. Yet you see that some of them are wealthy and impeccably dressed. A mop-headed young man dressed like a low-ranking clerk appears on the stage. He claps to attract the public's attention. When the house goes quiet, he reads a series of pamphlets condemning the supreme authorities of the empire and their obsolete rule. A group of young men appear on the stage next, their faces covered in blue paint. They perform a derisive play entitled Day in the Life of the Tempests. I see. Good job! Make fun of them! The performances are many, but their goal is always the same. They all claim this empire is stuck in the past and has to change. Then, finally, after another voice of accusation, a young girl appears on the stage, and the crowd immediately grows silent. This is her, the mysterious guest they were talking about. You look at her from the crowd. You see short black hair, a slender figure, and those familiar shining eyes. Oh, it's Sophia. It's Sophia. It's been a long time, huh? Brothers and sisters, you all came to this place because deep in your hearts, you know. It's Sophia, the girl who used to live next door. She's grown so much since you've last seen her. But what is she doing here? I mean, we know what she's doing here. But before Sophia ever finishes her first sentence, a short man in a shabby jacket jumps onto the stage. He flashes a badge and screams at the crowd. Nobody move! You're all under arrest as accomplices to an insurrection against the Empire. Uh-oh. Oh no. Imperial gendarmes barge into the house. Swords and crossbow glint in the dim light. First, there is confusion, then panic. Screams of fear and outrage fill the hall. Sophia is already gone. You can barely hear the cries demanding that you stay where you are. People start pushing against gendarmes, against the doors, against the windows. The din is deafening. Only one thought remains in your mind. You have to run. Run away, as fast as you can. You push your way to the furthest window in the hall. A hand grabs you by the sleeve of your jacket You pry it off without looking and keep pushing forward. The expensive jacket starts to tear at the shoulder. The window frame breaks and falls outside. You drop down after it. Shards of glass bite into your hands, but you barely feel the pain. You will have time to feel it later. But now you need to run. You run and dodge and weave through the alleyways before finally heading for the lodging house. Your heart is racing. Your hands are shaking. Blood is dripping from the cuts on your arms. You have no idea what happened to the people who were arrested. Well, they were probably killed. Finally, you reach your room and collapse onto the bed. You are safe from pursuit, but not from anxiety. What was Sophia going to say? How did she end up here in the capital after she escaped? Was she arrested too? There are too many questions, but you have no way to answer them. Eventually, you drift off into restless sleep. Oh boy. This could have went better. Just a bit. Let's see. Hold on. Ooh. Oh boy. Year 1135. Spring. The Code of Laws. You are on your way into the largest library in Eterna to study for your entry exams. It is right next to the college. The streets are full of people. Everybody is excited. You hesitate for a few seconds, then let your curiosity get the better of you and head towards the place where you will soon study. Before long, you hear the shouting. The Great Chancellor is about to give a speech about the future of the Empire. Oh, you cannot possibly miss this. You mix with the crowd and soon find a convenient place to listen and watch what is about to unfold. On the steps of the college, you see a small tribune guarded by two Archnians armed with swords. This is the first time you have ever seen an Archnian standing guard, let alone two of them. The doors of the college open to reveal a stately Archnian surrounded by an honor guard. It is he, Cornelius Tempest, Great Chancellor of the Empire, younger brother to the Emperor himself. He heads for the tribune and casts a look over the square. It is full of people in awe and utter silence. Long ago, humans witnessed the Archnians' arrival. The two nations built the empire side by side. The provinces joined us one by one, and Magra was the final province to attain the absolute might and majesty of the blessed Archnian Empire. Yet, there was another great event long before that. 1,000 years ago, the twins had graced us with their presence. With their arrival, the twins granted us their will. They showed us their love, and they granted us knowledge of what awaits us in the hereafter. They chose the dynasty of Tempest to rule the empire, and from that day forth, our dynasty has ruled this land, ordained by the gods themselves. However, it is our duty to the twins not to seek power for power's sake, but rather to lead the empire to further prosperity. And so, the Great Imperial Council is soon to review and adopt a new set of laws called the Creed. Under the Creed, all estates will be granted rights. Under the Creed, there will be one law for all Imperial citizens to obey, human or Archnian, from the lowliest commoner to the Emperor himself. The strife among the states will end. A single law will resolve all of our quarrels. Glory to the Empire. The great Chancellor throws his arms into the air. The crowd murmurs and applauds in approval. Cornelius Tempest casts another look over the crowd and leaves. The crowd disperses. The sounds of agitated discussion are everywhere. Is it true that the Emperor's dynasty seeks to grant equal rights to all estates? What will happen to the Empire then? Empire. Oh boy. A struggle for power, huh? I see. The girl from your past. It is early morning. You have been awake since sunrise, studying. There is a knock at the door. Is it a letter from home? Or a hotel servant? You open the door and freeze, stunned. Hello, Brante. Before you stands Sophia, the girl who used to live next door. She is all grown up now. She looks so different, but you would always recognize those blue eyes, no matter what. You gesture for her to come in. Sophia enters the room, glances around, and sits in an armchair. You eye the girl you used to know as you sit across from her. But the young woman you see now has little in common with the girl you used to know. There is cold steel in the way she looks at things. Her hair is cut short. But what is she doing here? I can explain. I've been living in Eterna for a long time now, ever since I ran from Anisot. I heard the other day that you'd left for the capital to get into the college, so I found you, and here I am. You ask how Sophia learned about your arrival and where you are staying, but she answered your questions with an enigmatic smile. We'll get to that later. Right now, I want to see how much you've changed since we last saw each other. As for me, I've changed a lot. I'm a whole different person now. You look away as you recall your previous encounter, back when Sophia ran away from her Arcanian master. Sophia chuckles as she continues. Would you like to know what happened next? I traveled through the entire empire all alone. I had nothing. My journey ended only when I reached this place, the capital, with all its important people and events. I see. I need water. Yeah. This is the heart of the empire. It's a place where I can make a difference. I've made friends here, found people I can truly call my family. I've even gotten an education of sorts, and I have a purpose now. I fight against injustice. I fight against the lots. I fight those who treat our lives like mud on the pavement. And no, I'm not afraid to tell you that. I came to you for a good reason. I need help. I know you. I have faith in your good heart. And besides, this is also about the Imperial College you want to enroll in. Oh, okay. What's this about then? There is a scholar there by the name of Bartholomew Dextra. He teaches natural sciences at the college. Dextra is an old man, but he is quite progressive. He'll stop at nothing to advance science and acquire new knowledge. I see. As you know, only second-generation nobles or above are allowed to teach at the college. But Dextra, he is a commoner. He forged this patent of nobility to get a position at the college. But the secret chancellery recently learned of this. Dextra is about to face true death for this forgery. Oh, that's bad. But how is that justice? A man wants to teach people, and for this, they're going to take all his lives? They're going to punish him for the crime of being born in the wrong state? It's evil and obscene, and I will not stand for it. Dextra deserves to be rescued. But I don't want to put anyone in danger, so I need your help. You're from a rich family. You're almost a noble. If you help me get Dexter out of the city, nobody will suspect anything. No one will know, and the scholar will live on to continue his research elsewhere, far away from the secret chancellery. Will you help me? You feel perplexed by Sonia's sudden request. She is asking you to break imperial law and undermine the work of the secret chancellery to save this scholar. Rescuing Dextra would be an adventure, but it would also be incredibly dangerous. Besides, Dextra is a fake noble. He resorted to lies and deceit to get his current position. How much does this matter to you? Sophia's blue eyes are studying you, waiting for your reply. So we can't kind of arrest Sophia, obviously. We could refuse her or help her. I mean, I think the obvious option I should take is to help her. Because, yeah, there are no negatives, so I might as well. You promised to help Sophia. Bartholomew Dextra does not deserve this. He has to leave the capital. She can count on you. I knew I could count on you. Then we must act at once. There's no time to waste. Dexter is to be arrested tomorrow. Here's his address. Go there as soon as the sun sets. No one will suspect you. Dexter often tutors young men for the college entrance exams. Tell him the howl sent you. Use the back door to get out. Carriage will drive up to the backyard. The driver will hoot like an owl. He'll take you to the south gate. If the guards stop the carriage, just stalk your way out of it. I'm gonna try. Once you're outside the city, Dexter will ride away in a different carriage. You'll go back the way you came. I'll meet you in Majesty Square. Well, I guess we have a plan. You nod to her words, and your hands start to shake. You are about to go against the secret chancellery. You are going to help someone escape punishment. Defy your own lot like this. It's unthinkable. When the sun sets, you leave the lodging house and walk quickly, glancing over your shoulder repeatedly. Bartholomew Dextra's house must be somewhere around here. You find the place. A genteel old man opens the door. I guess they wanted to write gentle, maybe. His face is covered in wrinkles, his shoulders are stooped, and yet his eyes are sharp and lively. Bartholomew Dextra looks at you for a moment, then asks why you have paid him a visit. You tell him you want to enroll in the college and are looking for a tutor. Dextra nods and invites you inside. Once you make sure nobody else can see or hear you, you whisper to the scholar about the real reason for your visit. The secret chancellery will be coming for him tomorrow, and he has to leave now to escape through that. Dextra freezes, then turns to you. How do you know about him and the secret chancellery? You tell him that the owl sent you and has provided for his escape. As for the secret chancellery, they want him for forging a patent of nobility. The moment you utter Sophia's name, the lecturer calms down and starts packing for the journey. You watch him distractedly and notice that he lives in a rather austere fashion. It does not take him long to pack. Then you hear the quiet clacking of hooves in the yard. Carefully, you and Dextra proceed to the backyard of the building. The carriage rolls down the road. No. You see a carriage there. The driver hoots quietly. You get in. The carriage rolls down the road. There is tense silence in the closed-off space inside the carriage. The scholar wrings his hands anxiously. Through the carriage windows, you see the massive city gate passing by. You are almost outside the city, but then a loud voice reaches you. Halt! The driver obediently halts the carriage. Two city gendarmes approach you. You leave the carriage to face the gendarmes before they can get a peek inside the carriage. They look you over and ask where you are going so late at night. You tell them you are the son of a judge in Magra, here to enroll in the college, and right now you wish to visit the estate of a newfound friend. To convince them further, you mention the name of a noble's son you have become friendly with. The gendarmes release the carriage and wish you a pleasant trip. You drive along the high road until you encounter a peasant wagon. Dextra will take you to seek refuge far away from the capital. Before the two of you part ways, he pats you on the shoulder and tells you that you have done a truly brave deed. You return to the city without incident. You find Sophia in Majesty Square as agreed, sitting on a bench by a streetlight, reading a book of some sort. She closes the book when she sees you and offers you her hand. So, did everything go according to plan? Well, it has, thankfully. You nod. Then we've earned ourselves a bit of free time. Let's go. You set off on a walk through the maze of narrow back streets. Finally, you have some time for questions. What happened to Sophia over the last 2 years? She was just a girl before, a servant. How is she now a revolutionary? Sophia just smiles sadly. You've seen what I can do. I'm not just a girl. The Inquisition caught up with me when I ran away from Nizot. I ended up in the House of Humility, a dreadful place. I got collared. Do you know how it feels to lose your free will? Losing everything that makes you, you? She unclasps the tall shirt collar that had been hiding her neck all this time, and you see the round mark from the anti-magic collar. I see. They say a scar like this will remain even after a lesser death, but I got lucky. Patriarch Junius Diamond saved me. Diamond took me and the other mages from the House of Humility and removed our colors. He made me one of his attendants. He taught me that there are no lots. He told me that I'm like this, not because I'm a freak, but because it's my nature. He told me I can find a path to twins like anyone else in the world. And then I was taken. I mean, I got out of on my own. I found my own lot. To protect the common people from the noble joke. To help others who are as unlucky as I am. To fight for a different world. A world where everybody has equal rights. A world where mages don't get robbed of their will just because of one aspect of their birth. A world where the nobles no longer tread upon the commoners. Yes, this is our dream, but we are still so far away from it. But I will keep moving towards it, and I'll stop at nothing. A strange, distorted expression appears on Sophia's face, but she quickly returns to normal. You keep walking until you are at your lodging house again. For a moment, you just stand there, looking at each other. Then, suddenly, Sophia embraces you. For a moment, she remains still in your arms and whispers, "You should join my cause. If we work together, one day we'll become a force to be reckoned with. I know you came here to find your way, but I'll never believe you really want to bind yourself to other people's laws and desires for the rest of your life. The path I walk is dangerous. It's almost hopeless, but it's worth living for. Think about it. Goodbye." Then she withdraws just as quickly and disappears in the dark streets of Eterna. You make your way back to your room, exhausted by the events of the day. Was this really just a single day in your life? Apparently it was. Yeah. Well, this wasn't
I
bad.
will never forget that day.
Oh,
For it was then that I chose the path I would walk for the rest of my life.
uh-huh. I guess this is the entrance exam. Probably. The 3 lots. There are only a few days left until the Imperial College entrance exam. History, law, theology. You spend all day reading and rereading the books you brought with you, staying at the Library of Eterna for hours, sometimes until it closes. As the day of the exam approaches, your hands start shaking more and more. And finally, the day comes. A clear sky hangs over Eterna today. The breeze is warm. You dress in your best outfit, a grey jacket and velvet culotte trousers. You comb your hair carefully and polish your boots until they shine. You leave the lodging house and head for the Imperial College. Your legs grow heavier with each step. Your anxiety at the fact your fate will be decided today is virtually tearing you apart. Oh boy, so many people. The college is a majestic building that looks not unlike a castle. In the square in front of it, you can already see several dozen people. Young men, sons of the nobles of the mantle like you, waiting for the college's doors to open. Time slows to a crawl. At last, the doors open. A stately man, dressed in a professor's mantle, appears at the entrance. He is the dean of the college. The students-to-be fall silent as the Dean gets ready to deliver his welcoming speech. Oh boy. But the silence is interrupted by heavy footsteps and clanking armor. A squadron of warriors emerge near the college, led by Archnian officers. Their banner bears an image of golden grains. The noble militia of Monia province? What are they doing here? Nobles of Monia form a circle around the college, each warrior moving quietly and precisely until a chain is formed. One of the Archnians is clad in an old-fashioned suit of armor. He is the leader of the militia. He locks the bar on the massive doors of the college into place and proceeds to the stairs to address the crowd loudly. Commoners, before you stands Augerius of the Monrogue dynasty, Archduke of Monia. By my will, the college is hereby closed, and today's entrance exam is cancelled. Your lowly origins make you unfit for the great honor of rendering service to the Empire. A right that ought to be available only to the hereditary nobles of the sword. I see. The college's reputation has been tarnished. It breeds mock nobles who bear not a trace of noble blood. You belong in the lowly estate, but have forgotten your place. Cornelius Tempest and other traitors to the Empire are indulging you and defacing the institution of the nobility for their lowly interests. A noble lot for those of lowly birth. How can this be? I will not stand for this disintegration of the Imperial Order. Now turn away from the college this instant and return to the humble trades of your ancestors. Plow your fields, mend your boots, and work and suffer by your lot. If any of you dares to set foot upon these stairs, you will be killed at once. The students-to-be meet this speech with a stunned silence. The crowd in the square is growing, however. News of the Monian noble militia and the college's closing spreads through the streets like wildfire. More humans join the crowd. College students, commoners, officials who worked hard to be ennobled. Unrest grows around you. You hear people calling to rush Archduke Monroge's forces, take control of the college, and defend your right to become noble. The Emperor himself gave us the right. We have to fight for it. This is a decisive moment for all of you. The old gentry has challenged you. Will you accept this challenge? In the face of this shameful, illegal act by the Archduke's forces, you may prove that all of you deserve the noble lot. You will need to break through the cordon, get inside the college, and take control of it. The nobles will never dare hurt you if your presence is strong enough. If you are ready to risk it all and fight for your right to the nobility, you will have to lead the charge. Me? Oh boy. People keep coming to the square in the meantime, including students and teachers from the Divine Seminary. The lot of the clergy is to guide others to the right path. When the estates clash, the priests are bound to intervene. The seminary teachers instruct their students to form a line between the noble militia and the outraged crowd. The priests begin telling the warrior nobles and the riotous commoners to return to the preordained divine order, lest they provoke the wrath of the gods. The wrath of the gods. As the priests utter these words, the crowd around you disappears. A vision appears before your eyes. Uh-oh. The Empire is ablaze. You see burning lands steeped with pain and despair everywhere you look. Rivers overflowing to extinguish the burning world. You can tell that soil scorched by such fire will never bear fruit again. The God's given vision demands to be heard, demands to be prophesied to the world. But only a priest may speak to the twins and for the twins. Will you keep it inside, or will you step onto the path the twins have revealed to you? Somebody shoves you in the back, and you snap out the vision. You turn around to see the small but decisive group of commoners moving quickly through the crowd. They are led by Sophia. As soon as she sees you, she signals to them to stop. So you're here too? Going to rush the college, are you? Can't you see it already? The laws cannot be trusted. They gave you the right to study here just to throw you a bone. When the going gets tough, your masters will take it all away. It's time for you to decide. We are the Lotless, and we are not putting up with this system any longer. We will fight for the new world. Are you coming with us? Or are you going to submit to them? There are students and professors locked inside the college. Who knows how long Monroe will maintain this siege? And what if they start slaughtering people? Neither group of nobles will care of what happens to them. We're going to go inside and pull them out. Come with us if you're ready to take control of your own destiny. This is getting worse, like a lot. The tension in the square is palpable, and the situation is about to implode. Students, commoners, nobles of the mantle, followers of the new faith, all of them are gathering their forces to move on the wall of soldiers. They expect the nobles to let them through en masse. Surely they won't start a massacre. The Lotless, led by Sophia, prepare to break through the siege to rescue the people in the college. All the while, the priests preach peace to both sides of the conflict. The college is your only way into the nobility. Only you can fight for your new lot and fulfill your duty to your family. You could organize an offensive strong enough to get into the college and thus seize your lawful right like a true nobleman. Yet, the revelation about the wrath of the gods still pulses in your mind. Once revealed, this vision will take you on a different path. Standing with the priests and preaching what you have just seen, warning all of the dire danger from the path of warring estates, bringing the twins' word to the people and guiding them to salvation. Could this be your new lot? Sophia and the Lotless, they expect you to join their struggle. They are waiting for you to cast off the old ways and the eternal yoke of subservience. If you choose this path, you will not change your lot, and your suffering will continue. But your suffering might just change this world. This is the moment. Your future will be decided here and now. Oh boy. Well, one of our futures is locked. We cannot become a priest. So we can either become a noble or become a Lotless. I mean, we've studied our entire life to become a noble. It makes sense we are going to become one. Like, obviously, That might be the best way to change the world, technically. So yeah, I'm just going to break through the soldiers and go into the college. You get to work. Recalling the books on military tactics you used to study as a boy, you call out to the students and children of nobles around you and assume command. They hear you, and they listen. You stand together in close formation and march towards the weakest link in the line of nobles, more people joining you along the way, a veritable phalanx of young men, armed with nothing but determination against the noblemen's swords. The noble militia readies their steel. Acting an officer in command of this section holds you and orders you to turn back. You step forward and give him your reply. These people are here to study at the college as the Emperor himself has decreed. You have every right to fulfill the imperial law, and any nobles who dare to intervene will be defying Uther Tempest II himself. Oh boy. Your plan works. The officer hesitates when confronted with your words and your vigor. The noble militia is no longer ready to use their swords. This is your chance. You command your forces to focus their advantage in numbers for a singular push, and the militia line breaks. You reach the college gates. More people start running for the breach. The nobles get their bearings quickly enough to restore the line, but your phalanx is already inside. Boy. You waste no time and begin barricading the gate. The students who were stuck inside the college run toward you. You quickly tell them your plan. Block all the doors and windows with whatever comes to hand before Monrogue's forces can get in. If they do get in, only the twins know what they will do. One by one, all entrances are swiftly barricaded. The riot outside the college has calmed for a moment, it seems. Through an open window, you hear Monrogue giving his order to his militia. The Archduke is forming a strong perimeter outside the college, ready for a proper siege. Students and professors of the college go to the balcony to negotiate. You are among them. Surrender and leave this building. I am not here to kill or execute you. No loyal subjects will die by my hand. Boy. The humans boo and jeer at Monrogue's proposal. The dean himself appears on the balcony. The imperial family established the college, he claims, and he cannot defy orders given by the great Arcadian Tempest dynasty. And so, the college remains besieged. The noble militia stands in a circle around the building, but there are no preparations for an assault. The outrage in the square continues. They remain in control of the college for the entire day and the following night. But at sunrise, the Emperor's herald arrives in the square. He brings news. The Emperor is delighted to see Archduke Monrogue in the capital. Yet, he demands that the noble militia of Monia vacate the square and allow classes to begin at the college. Oh, thank you, Emperor. Thank you, Emperor. The besieged college celebrates the news. This is the work of Cornelius Tempest, Great Chancellor, the Emperor's brother. He managed to convince the Emperor to order Monrogue to withdraw. Even the Archduke of Monia, the most powerful noble lord in all the Empire, cannot disobey a direct order from the Emperor. Still, the college would never have held out for an entire day without your phalanx's determination and your daring plan. You, the people of the common estate, have secured your right to study and earn the noble lot. The college is open again. The entrance exam will take place in a few days. You aren't nervous at all this time. All the lessons at home, the books, the schooling, your own noble actions, all that work and effort has finally reached its culmination. The procedure for appointing a provincial overseer, the 5 great Arcanian dynasties, the property rights of all estates. You answer all these questions with ease. Hours pass, and the dean of the college raised the names of the new students to the young men gathered at the college steps. Your name is among the first. He praised what you did in defense of the college. People like you are the Empire's future, Sir Brante, he says. Sunlight fills the college square. It feels so soft and soothing here in Eterna, not as harsh as it gets in Anisot. You watch the pillars shine in the sky as you walk down the steps of the college. You are a Brante, the third judge in the family, the man who will soon join the family's noble blood tide. You have seized your right to achieve the nobleman's lot. You should write to your father now. He will be so proud of you. We did it! We have started the path of the nobleman. That's good to know. Yes, that is great news. Let's see. Bonds of friendship. You return to the lodging house one last time to gather your belongings for the move to your new home. A young man dressed in the uniform of the military academy greets you by the door. It takes you a moment to recognize Thomas. Your friend locks you in an embrace. Also, he was accepted by the military academy. Yeah. Brante, hey, how are you? I heard about the nasty stuff that went down in the college square. Those damn gentry would do anything to keep low-born folks under their thumb. Glad the situation resolved itself. As for me, I'm an academy cadet now. He is beaming with pride. You invite him in and chat while you pack. Thomas continues to relay the news as you walk up the stairs. I made it into the top 10. Can you imagine? Did pretty well in sparring and the sciences. It was all thanks to the help you gave me back in school in Anisot. I'll be studying the art of war now, and then it's a quick march to a noble title. How about you? You tell Thomas about what happened over the past few days and of the path you have chosen. He remains quiet as you speak. Both of you realize that you may never see each other again. I mean, not necessarily. You know, Brante, here's what I think. You may have your own path in life, but you're my friend. We gotta make sure our friendship lasts forever, no matter what happens to us. Here, I brought 2 brass rings. The old tradition is to be believed. Both the rings and their wearers will always remain close to each other, no matter where fate takes them. What do you say? The 2 of you grew up side by side. Thomas, the audacious, hot-blooded, sharp-tongued boy who used to live next door. You can't imagine your childhood without him. But would it be right to promise him that your friendship will last forever, no matter what happens? 2 rings made of plain brass lie in his open palm. If you wear these rings, you will be bound by ties of friendship for the rest of your life. Okay, a lot of options. Like, there's up to end the friendship if we weren't a nobleman. Okay. We can keep things as they are. We can just take the ring. Yes. Or I can swear an oath of friendship. Which, I guess it's the same as taking the ring. So, yeah. I swear to you, Thomas, we will be friends no matter what happens. You take one of the rings from his outstretched palm. The 2 of you have walked side by side ever since you were children. Even now, you are walking in the same direction toward a noble title. You as a judge, and Thomas as a warrior. Nothing will ever tarnish your bond. You swear an oath of eternal friendship to Thomas. Thomas solemnly swears the same. You put a brass ring on your pinky. A perfect fit. Thomas follows suit. He starts beaming again. Now we're friends forever, for all eternity. We gotta celebrate this. Come, come. I know a place, I gotta show you. Tastiest meat I've ever tried, Brante. My treat. The 2 of you go to a noble salon by the square of Emperor Severin, surrounded by tobacco smoke and mead bottles, to wag your tongues, recall the days of your adolescence, and make plans for the future. Nobody knows what could be waiting for you, but you promise you will never lose sight of each other. Yes, yes. Our friendship will never die. I promise of that. Alright. Let's see. The year 1135, fall. A letter from home. As soon as you are accepted into the Imperial College, you send a letter back home. The family replies quickly. Their letter arrives in under a week. Most of it is covered with your father's handwriting. I am proud of you, my son, and I believe your grandfather takes pride in you too. You have brought our family one step closer to being ennobled by the sword. You will make an excellent judge. I have complete faith in your intellect and your will. You shall bring glory to our family. Stefan says congratulations, follow your father says. Congratulations, brother. Simple folk could only dream of what you have already achieved. You can thank father and grandfather for this opportunity, but it was you who proved yourself worthy. Once you receive your new lot, you and I will be equals at last. Then, some words of praise from Mother and Nathan. You have brought your father much joy and made him proud, and I am witness to this. I now walk this path all thanks to him. Yet it saddens me that you did not consider the divine seminary, where you could have dedicated your life to our gods as well as the empire itself. You worked so hard for this. We held a big feast in your honor back home. I hope you achieved all you've ever wanted. And at the very end, there is a small note from your sister. Congratulations. Good luck. I guess she is not one for many words. Okay. Oh, why did I lose a relationship with her? Unclear. Oh well. Let's see, but I think I will stop here for today. I'm starting to feel like my voice giving out. So, thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you all had a lot of fun today. And we will see each other tomorrow at 9 p.m. CET, as always, where me and Jean are going to be continuing for the King 2 with our campaign. So, let's see who we can go raid now. Let's see. We could go raid Artesia, who is playing some more Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Oh, I love that game so much. So, we will see each other tomorrow. And goodbye, everyone. Have a good rest of day, night, or whatever it is. And goodbye. Goodbye. Off to the raid you go now. Goodbye.